Hello students, earlier we have discussed the concept of management, efficiency and effectiveness and characteristics of management. Now we are going to start objectives of management. Each organization has its own set of objectives and goals. Every business activity in the organization is designed in a manner that it accomplishes the predetermined goals. For successful survival and growth of an enterprise, management has to achieve all objectives, may it be organizational, social, personal or individual. So here we can divide the objectives of management in three parts. The first one is economic objective, the second one is social objectives and the third one is personal objectives. Now in the economic objectives, any business is successful if each of its stakeholders, shareholders, employees, customers, government or suppliers is happy and satisfied while working with the organization. To achieve this, organization must fulfill the economic objectives of survival, profit and growth. Now our first point of economic objective is survival. To achieve the objective of survival, management must ensure that sufficient revenues are earned and the basic cost of running the business are met. This can be achieved only if the human and material resources are effectively used. In the second point, profit, just survival may keep. Profit is the reward and incentives for shareholders to continue the operation of the enterprise. Thus, it is a must for management to ensure that business not only covers its tangible cost but also the risk involved by utilizing human and material resources effectively and efficiently. In the third point, growth, a business is said to be growing if its sales turnover increases, the product portfolio widens, number of employees grow and investments are done. Growth is the yardstick of success of the business. The second point of objectives of management is social objectives. In a social objectives of management involve creating economic values for the society. Business enterprises can contribute towards the society by creating equal employment opportunities for the differently abled section of the society, using such production techniques which keep environment pollution free, diverting share of profits towards social causes like spreading education, running welfare programs for women, children or senior citizens, etc. But in the social objective, the main point is fair trade practices, means the business is running in the society. We all are a social person. The business is running in the society only. So we have some objectives like fair trade practices, means find the right cost price and do give healthy environment to our employees. Now our third point is personal objectives. Every business enterprise works as a team consisting of individuals. These individuals come from different cultures and backgrounds and thus have diverse needs and aspirations. For a satisfied and happy workforce, management must ensure that the financial needs of employees are met by providing competitive salaries, perks and facilities. The social needs of employees are met by recognizing contribution of each individual. The developmental needs of employments are met by providing appropriate growth and development opportunities so that the organization can achieve maximum productivity from its workforce. Now, importance of management. By now, all of you must have realized that management has a great role to play while achieving the business objectives and goals. An organization may have appropriate resources and efficient workforce, but if they are not properly managed and directed, it would be impossible to meet business goal. For an example, the way a teacher through her interesting way of teaching makes a child a learner. Same way, management converts opportunities into business. It is the effective and efficient management which can convert resources into production and ultimately into profits. Now, our first importance is management helps in achieving group goals. Organization set goals and management accomplishes them. Positive direction of a manager unites the efforts of individuals and helps to achieve the targets effectively and efficiently. We have already discussed the meaning of effective and efficient. Our second point is management increases efficiency. A manager can maximize the productivity and minimize the cost with better planning, organizing, directing, staffing and controlling business activities. Effective process of management improves efficiency. Our third point is management creates a dynamic organization. Being dynamic is one of the important functions of management. With the changing business environment, management reviews its goals, changes its business strategies, and adopts new technologies. It provides opportunities to its employees to adapt to the changes. A dynamic management is able to maintain competitive edge and meet its customers' demand at all times. Our fourth point is management helps in achieving personal objectives. A manager's main aim is to achieve the maximum productivity from his/her team members. A good manager delegates work to his/her team members as per their ability, provides them opportunities for growth and development, recognizes each member's contribution and motivates them to their best. Our fifth point is management helps in the development of society. Management of an organization directly and indirectly works towards development of society. While fulfilling the aim of greater profits and bigger market share, it provides good quality products at reasonable prices. Business expansions create employment opportunities. Use of latest technology leads to growth and development. Now our next topic is nature of management. What is management? Management as an art or management as a science? Now our first point is management as an art. Now here question is what is art? Art is a skill based creativity. Art involves use of theoretical knowledge, observation and experiences with creativity and personal touch to achieve desired results effectively and efficiently. For management to be an art, it is a must that it has characteristics of art. Let us examine the characteristics of art present in management. The first one is existence of theoretical knowledge. To pursue art, an artist requires basic theoretical knowledge in the specific field. Similarly, in management, managers need to specialize in the areas like marketing, finance, production, human resource, etc. The theoretical knowledge can be acquired by reading books, joining a course, etc. Our second point is personalized application. Every artist may acquire the same theoretical knowledge, but they apply the knowledge as per their personal skills, taste and preferences. Similarly, a manager may follow the principles as laid down in management books but the applications of such principles may differ from situation to situation, individual to individual. An efficient manager studies critical situations, formulates his or her own theories, and adopts direct styles of management in different situations. Our third point is based on practice and creativity. To be perfect in art, continuous and creative practice of theoretical knowledge is a must. Creativity lies in the personal interpretation of an artist. Similarly, a manager, while handling complex issues, solving diverse problems, gains experience and improves managerial skills. Now, our second point is management as a science. Now, what is science? Science is a systematized body of knowledge that explains certain general truths or the operation of general laws. It is based on logically observed facts and findings. For management to be a science, it must have basic characteristics of science. So, let us check if management shares features of science. The first one is systematized body of knowledge. Science is a systematic body of knowledge. Its principles are based on a cause and effect relationship. Similarly, management is also based on theories and principles developed over a period of time. Like science, management follows its own concepts and terminology, which is learned either through books or by joining courses conducted to teach basic concepts of management. The second point is principles based on experimentations. Scientific principles are first developed through observation and then tested through repeated experimentation under controlled conditions. Management principles are also a result of experimentation and observation gathered while performing diverse activities in different types of organizations. However, in science, the result of an experiment can be predicted or repeated, but in management, the results may not be repeated or predicted, mainly because of the fact that management deals with human beings with diverse behavior, and the behavior of human beings are variable. The third point is universal validity. Scientific principles are universally valid and applicable. The principles of management do provide standardized techniques to managers to handle different situations, but these principles need modification to be suitable to a given situation. From the discussion so far, you all must have realized that every organization needs specialized individuals to manage different activities of an organization. For example, a chartered accountant or a financial analyst is required to handle financial activities, a marketing expert to handle marketing activities, etc. The need of specified knowledge and experience to handle business activities may categorize management as a professional. So, in a business, management is work as an art as well as a science.